Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we re-journeying back in time to uncover the epic story of one of history's most formidable figures, Genghis Khan. Forget the stereotypes for a moment. This isn't just a tale of conquest. It's a story of survival, betrayal, and the unification of a scattered people against all odds. How did a boy, cast out and left for dead on the harsh Mongolian steppe, rise to become the ruler of the largest contiguous land empire the world has ever seen? Let's dive into the extraordinary life of the man they called the Great Khan. Our story begins around 1162 on the unforgiving plains of Mongolia. A boy named Temujin was born, clutching a blood clot in his fist, a sign, according to Mongol folklore, that he was destined for greatness. But his early life was anything but great. His father, Yasuge, a minor tribal chief, was poisoned by rival Tatars when Temujin was just 9 years old. This single act of betrayal shattered his world. His own clan, fearing the burden of a widow and her young children, abandoned them. Suddenly, the boy destined for greatness was an outcast, forced to scavenge for roots and hunt for small animals just to survive. Life on the steppe was brutal. Temujin and his family were constantly on the run, facing starvation and the threat of rival clans. In one harrowing incident, he was captured by the very clan that had abandoned him and was forced into a wooden stockade, a public humiliation. But even as a young boy, Temujin possessed an unbreakable will. He managed a daring escape under the cover of darkness, a feat that would become a defining moment, showcasing his resourcefulness and courage. These early years of hardship didn't break him, they forged him. He learned to be resilient, to read people, and most importantly, to never, ever give up. As Temujin grew into a young man, he began to build alliances. His first and most important was with a powerful tribal leader named a sworn brother, or under, of his late father. He also rekindled his betrothal to a woman named Bert. Their marriage was a key strategic move, but shortly after, disaster struck again. Bert was kidnapped by the rival Merkit tribe. This was a deep dishonor, and Temujin knew he couldn't let it stand. He sought help from Togrul and another childhood friend, and Undaj. Together, they raised an army, crushed the Merkits, and rescued Bert. This victory was a turning point. It wasn't just a personal triumph. It established Temujin as a capable military leader, earning him respect and followers. After the rescue of Bert, Temujin's and Jamuka's paths began to diverge. They were sworn brothers, yet their philosophies on leadership were worlds apart. Jamuka favored the traditional Mongol aristocracy, believing only those of noble birth should rule. Temujin, on the other hand, was a radical. He promoted a meritocracy, rewarding loyalty and skill above bloodlines. He welcomed warriors from any tribe, even former enemies, into his ranks, as long as they were loyal to him. This revolutionary idea was incredibly appealing to the common Mongol warrior who felt ignored by the old system. The two friends became rivals, their camps swelling as warriors chose sides. The tension culminated in a series of battles. In the end, Temujin's inclusive and organized approach proved superior. Jamuka was eventually betrayed by his own men and handed over to Temujin. In a somber conclusion to their friendship, Temujin, respecting Jamuka's noble status, granted him a bloodless death, as was the custom for royalty. With Jamuka gone, no one could stand in Temujin's way. He systematically defeated the remaining rival, Tribza Tataras, the Karits, the Nomons, uniting them under a single banner. He didn't just conquer them, he assimilated them. He broke down the old, feuding tribal structures and reorganized his people into a unified military and civic society. In 1206, a great council, or was called on the banks of the Anan River. There, the chieftains of the now united steppe tribes proclaimed him Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler. The boy who was once an outcast was now the emperor of all Mongols. As Genghis Khan, his first major act was to create a code of laws known as the Yasa. This law code was revolutionary for its time. It promoted religious tolerance, established secure trade routes, forbade the kidnapping of women, and made theft punishable by death. It created a sense of order and discipline that had been absent from the nomadic lifestyle. He also established a postal system, the Yam, which allowed for rapid communication and intelligence gathering across his vast and growing territory. These weren't just the actions of a conqueror. They were the work of a nation builder, laying the foundation for a stable and functional empire. With his domestic front secure, Genghis Khan turned his gaze outward. His initial campaigns were not necessarily aimed at world conquest, but were often retaliatory. When the Tangut kingdom of Shishya refused to provide military aid, he invaded. When a trade caravan was massacred by the governor of a Khwarezmian city, and the Shah refused to make amends, Genghis Khan unleashed the full might of the Mongol army. This campaign against the Khwarezmian Empire was legendary for its military genius and its sheer brutality. The Mongols used sophisticated siege warfare, psychological tactics, and unmatched cavalry maneuvers to overwhelm cities that had stood for centuries. Cities like Samarkand and Bukhara, centers of Islamic culture and learning, were left in ruins. The Mongol military machine was unlike anything the world had seen. It was built on speed, discipline, and a brilliant command structure. Every soldier was a highly skilled horseman and archer, able to ride 4 days and fire arrows with deadly accuracy from the saddle. They employed feigned retreats, flanking maneuvers, and espionage with devastating effect. Genghis Khan himself was a master strategist, able to adapt his tactics to any enemy or terrain. He organized his army in decimal units groups of 10, Sien to 1,000, and 10,000 which allowed for precise control and flexibility on the battlefield. This highly organized and disciplined force was the key to his unstoppable conquests. By the time of his death in 1227, Genghis Khan had conquered a vast territory, stretching from the Caspian Sea to the Pacific Ocean. The circumstances of his death are shrouded in mystery. Some say it was from injuries sustained falling from a horse. Others claim it was during the siege of a Tangut city, but his legacy was secure. He had transformed a collection of warring tribes into a disciplined, unified nation and set in motion the creation of the largest land empire in history. His sons and grandsons, like Uge Kublai and Hulagu, would continue his conquests, expanding the Mongol Empire even further, reaching as far as Poland and the gates of Egypt. So, how should we remember Genghis Khan? Was he a ruthless barbarian who left a trail of destruction? Or a visionary leader who united his people, created a code of laws, and opened up the world through trade and communication along the Silk Road? The truth, as it often is, lies somewhere in between. His conquests were undeniably brutal, resulting in the deaths of millions. But he also created an era of unprecedented stability known as the Pax Mongolica, or Mongol Peace. This period saw the flourishing of trade, technology, and ideas between East and West on a scale never seen before. The story of Temujin, the outcast who became Genghis Khan, is a powerful testament to the force of human will and the complex, often contradictory, nature of history's greatest figures. What do you think? Is Genghis Khan a villain or a visionary? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the past, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more epic history stories. See you next time.